Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Baking with Brando. So I'm a little behind on posting this week, and that's because I got into a car accident, which was really lame, but it's okay because I'm okay and the other person's okay, but my car is pretty smushed. I'll show pictures of that later. But here's a banana dessert that I've been trying to push out for the last 10 or 11 days, so it's been a project. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with a banana puree here. I took a bunch of bananas, probably about 6. Not that I really need them all. I'll probably wind up making banana bread too. But we're gonna make a banana mousse at some point in this video, so we're gonna need that. We'll crack open the old textbook and get the Jaconde sponge recipe, and that's just pretty much like a almond or nut-based sponge cake. I'm gonna make a thin layer of that so I can cut out circles and build myself a mini cake here. So we've mixed our flour and our almond powder, and we're just gonna put in some egg whites slowly here, just bit by bit, and mix it till it starts turning into more of a paste-like consistency. That's gonna make it easier for us to fold in our egg whites once we get these finally whipped up. We're just gonna start whipping up our eggies now. So we got some sugar, we got some salt, not too much, just a little bit to help it along in the whipping process. You see we got a bit of air in there now. It's starting to get a little stiff, and I want it a little bit stiffer. I want it to stand tall like that. See, that's good. So we're gonna get that mixture that we had prior with our almonds and our flours and such, and we're just gonna fold in our egg whites. See how I'm trying to do that? You're going kind of like side of the bowl, underneath, bottom, and then back to the side of the bowl. You just want to lift it up kind of like if you hit it with a whisk, I'm gonna bang all that air out of my mixture, and that's not really the process here. I'm also folding a little bit of butter in at the end here. That's just gonna add to the richness for the cake. I think if you use hazelnuts, the book actually says you can omit that oil because I think the hazelnuts have a little bit more natural oils inside them, but I did almond here, so I'm following the recipe and I'm putting it in because that's how you do. So here we have our baked cake. It looks half decent. Like I got what I need out of it. There are corners that are pretty thin and I'm not stoked about that, but it is what it is. So here we are. I've got some sugar. I'm just trying to make like a caramel sugar powder because I want to use that in the banana mousse to make it a caramelized rum-like mousse. Look at that. Oh. Why? So that was actually a mess to clean up. I had to stop everything and sweep the kitchen up because there were shards of just sugar glass everywhere. But I got my powder and I got it zorping away in the blender here. You see it's got sugar shooting everywhere. So the air was pretty sweet too. It was worth it, but it was a process. I'm gonna jump straight into the praline buttercream here. So it's a French-based buttercream, which means we're using egg yolks instead of whites. So there you go. I got my yolks. I'm just gonna start whipping them while our sugar is starting to heat up. I think you want this to be reaching around 120 degrees Celsius. That's when you can start pouring it over. I've got a bad shot of me pouring it over here, and you can see I've got the speed up way too high, so I actually even lost some of my sugar on the side of the bowl. I recommend turning your speed down and then bumping it back up afterwards. I think we're gonna do that for the macarons later in this video too. I'm just throwing some clumps of butter in here, and that's what's gonna make it like the buttercream, right? And then there's the praline. I made that one earlier, like way earlier. I think those are hazelnuts from my mom's backyard, actually. I thought it'd be a great way to purpose them here. So hi mom, if you're watching this. So here's our banana mousse recipe. I recommend if you can, just like screenshot all these recipes, man. They are sound. I've got them all from reliable sources. So like just take them if you can. We're gonna bloom our gelatin there. And there's that sugar that we caramelized earlier. We added it straight into our banana. We're gonna get a little bit of rum in here too, because rum and banana are good friends. Then we pop that mixture on the stovetop and we're gonna infuse our gelatin that's readily bloomed. So we just gotta bring that up to temperature. It doesn't have to boil because we're gonna mix that into another base of banana. That way the whole base is set. This is the technique for pretty much any fruit mousse or any mousse that you wanna make with a puree, essentially. Like you can make a savory mousse even. Why not? The world is yours. So we whip these up to soft peaks. Soft peaks are easier to fold into a mousse, and I actually feel bad I'm using a whisk to start this off, but I find it does help get you going. Then I switch to a spatula and I start folding afterwards. And it's same like the cake. You wanna go side, bottom, side. Try not to agitate it too much. You wanna keep the air in there. But again, we do have some gelatin and that's gonna hold our shape. So we're just gonna build this cake. It starts with cutting out some circles, then we're gonna pipe in our mixtures. I just wanna have this built and set in the freezer because we're gonna drop a mirror glaze on it afterwards, and if it's frozen, the mirror glaze is gonna stick real nice. So we did the sponge, some caramel, a banana, and then I'm piping in that praline buttercream that we made. And I'm gonna, again, just pop in some sponge caramel. I think I peeled the banana out of this because I was actually running out of space. Oh no, I left it in. There you go. On the last one, here we are. I take that one off because it got a little too tall. And that's all right. We got a banana in there. It's telling what it is. So there you go. I'm just gonna try and scrape it off. It's a little messy. The second one there, that's cleaner. Pop that in the freezer and jump into macaron land now. So we start with granulated sugar. It goes in a pot and we gotta bring that up to a boil. Roughly 120 degrees Celsius again. That seems to be the magic number when pouring over. That's close to 240, 250 in Fahrenheit, I believe. I don't have like a calculator or a brain that can do the equation right now. But we're doing this part. We're gonna get our macaronage set up, and that's you take your almond and your icing sugar and you mix it together. I blended it here. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a whisk, man. It's not that big a deal. I also bought red super fine almond flour, so I don't even know if I had to blitz it, but I did, and I don't know if it helped. So I'm adding some yellow food coloring to our second portion of egg whites, and that's gonna go right into our almond flour and sugar mix here. That's how we turn it into a paste. It's also gonna provide us some structure while we're baking. We're all set up over here, so we're gonna pop back over to the mixer and our sugar, and we're gonna start cooking that. Now my thermometer didn't quite reach until I tilted it over, and that's why I'm doing this in such a lame way. But again, we're getting up to 120 roughly. I'm just gonna pour this over. I got a much better shot of it this time. I made a point of it because I watched all the other ones and got really disappointed. So there you go. I even slowed it down, so you see I didn't lose so much sugar on the side. We're gonna take this meringue mixture and we're gonna start folding right into our almond base. So you see I got this. I'm just kind of doing the same concept as the last two foldings, just side, bottom, side. That's what my one chef in school used to chant at us, and you know what? It worked, man. Thank you, Chef Harper. Our batter falls off the spoon pretty good, so I'm gonna start piping. See, we got enough for, I think, about 40 cookies, and that's gonna give us roughly 20 macarons because they each get 2 cookies. And I'm probably gonna eat a few of these just for snacks. But you gotta tap those down a bit. I dried them out. They gotta be dry to the touch. Because if you pop them in right away and you cook them, they're probably gonna blow out the top and have cracks and everything. We don't want that. There's a chance I also over-dried these because some of them did only kind of rise up on one side. And I did 2 trays at once. Look, I'm not great at macarons, but I got enough out of this that I can finish this dessert. So we're doing a coffee ganache, and that's because I think that bananas and coffee are really good friends, and I don't care what anyone else thinks unless they're paying me money, and then I'll make you whatever you want. We'll bring this coffee grind mixture up to a bit of a simmer, or I guess a boil here, because I walked away from my pot. I don't recommend doing that. Then we're gonna squeeze it through a cheesecloth and get out all those coffee grinds and replace any liquid we lost with more cream. It says to use milk, but I didn't have milk on hand, and I'm not adding water because I ain't a cheapo. Not when it comes to dessert, at least. So this time we are bringing it to a boil because I need that temperature to melt my chocolate here. Just pour it right over top. There you go. I let it rest for 5 minutes so they'd all kind of gain that temperature, and then we gave it a quick mix. And then if you tried to pipe this right away, it would probably schmew all over the place, and that's just a mess. So you let it set for about 30 minutes till it recrystallizes enough just so you can hold that shape. And there we go. I'm just piping away, and you see they got nice little like Hershey's Kisses looks to them, and that's exactly what I want. It's the stuff. So we can't just leave these guys naked. I'm gonna put a little chocolate drizzle on them. I think I over crystallized my chocolate there, so it kind of stuck to the sides, but don't look at that. I'm gonna make it look pretty later. Here's our frozen cake fresh out of the freezer. I got a little drip tray here, and I have just enough of this mirror glaze to pour it over once or twice, which honestly, I needed it twice because I fucking dropped the first cake. You'll see that later too. Here we go, plating process. I went for a nice circle here. I went for a really long circle, it appears. The caramel was dribbly, so I didn't want it to miss where I was going, so I made sure to do a couple extra circles just so I could keep that shape. We're going down with the banana mousse as a garnish, or praline buttercream. Got a strawberry here, because I think banana and strawberry are good friends too. And always throwing that green mint in there. I had some chefs who used to say they hate mint just for the sake of it, but you know what? I'm plating this dessert, so I'm gonna put it there because I like it. And here's the coconut sorbet from our last video. This is honestly why I made the whole banana dessert. I thought banana and coconut are buddies, so why not put it together? And this is what we ended up with. I'm kind of proud of it. It did take, like I said, a long time to push this one out. It was a bit of a struggle, some hurdles along the way, but we got there. And if you're still watching, I appreciate you sticking around.
It's been a rough week.